point of view. You bet kind and crack no ye na afe you bet a reporter and also a buyer somewhere last week talking about Ghana's security situation and a prayer you bet me afaso as a nation to also curtail the challenges you who say me eba quick one and no nkoma anope yene wo eba ababedi enti join you live on Facebook na anope yene wo eni nkomo Kessben 92.9 FM and our Facebook Kessben TV official handler anope ubetimi any interacting on our social media handle na anope yene wo eni sa enkomo miri e de kwame apia kumi kwakuna kroko kwate ewa ha sanso na na frempo ziganso ewa ha yedi nkomo ewia we also give you the chance and opportunity to as well come in see me views on the statement and national security coordinator at the buyer. To me, I feel say it wasn't necessary. In any case, say there is a threat of terrorist attacks. The national security and its coordinators should know the right stakeholders because the Ghanaian public, all we need is sensitization and education. But as a trust statement, now the expectation is that for public awareness, now you said that a more dero and Ghana for obi eba wompatemu na nipano edanso nipano onyobi amoneneti ho nipani nyobi amunim no for a very long time waba oba ye no oya doye excessively and near much to the extent ebia nyina no ye expect what the average Ghanaian must understand about the reaction of such people and then the needed measures was yetimi put it in place said be a Ghanaian society no ebetimi aye safe. I believe say and sorry ni nyina no heads. If you wanted to deal with the Pentecost Church, the chairman of the Pentecost Church, it was a matter of calling the Pentecost Church leadership. Now when you're more dealing, it's a workshop now with the more and the more area heads at transition down to our district pastors, and we could have done that. Methodist Church, the Roman Catholic Church, Muslimi, National Chief Imam, the more reason why I don't know you bet me a very good and a sound stakeholder engagement. Now, I feel a bit to me. Now, the question again, the National Security Coordinator, as part of the statement, and making emphasis on the fact in sorry, including the Muslim community, to engage the services of private security operators. Now, my question is that with the current level of security operators in the private sector, do they even have the technical know-how? What that expertise you training you bet me Kessben media oban crime any Kumasi you engage private security operators no enim at any point in time obi bet me abora your premises security person no your private person na ya fa na dwuma no obet me detect na. How is the national security liaising with all these private company operators? Said even the private security one more advices you bet me resort to protect and give a protection to the church and then the large congregation How are we going to be able to do that? Ensure secure the public gatherings most often than not, especially on weekends at the malls, at the churches, at funerals, at parties, and all of that. So me, those are my views. But statement, but one first statement no and to my now the measures we can put in place to ensure that we are now a yaba reporter and a pay yaba ababeya huajumano. Keep your messages coming with views on the National Security Coordinator Aka Ede Atre. Now the major issue is about unemployment and the rate at which the youth in Ghana and so actually at all costs, they must equally survive within the society. The many things me are yet to be able to bring back the situation. Now, the West Africa Center for Counter-Terrorism and Extremism, civil society organization, had the research be about Bonte somewhere last week. Breno and to me, Amaya Famayan Dele. But this morning, we will go into that report from the West Africa Center for Counter-Extremism. Now, and pay Yahya or more reporter, one more day a buyer, the series of occasions and events are SCCR, even to the extent, Al Qaeda, ISIS, any more one want to recruit some Ghanaian youth into such a year terrorist groups and they know who akwako here say you bet me a day who enkomo na afe you bet me I say you be putting everything together. It is only 41 minutes after 7 a.m. Aha Kessben 92.9 wo Kumasi and in Patama would see live on Kessben 93.3 across the country. I'm privileged say anope watch here live on Kessben TV. Join us and your social media handles so na anope yene wo any nkomo na wo views wo adwen trebi ampacho fafa 0550 596 929 0550 596 929 and afen so 0550 567 929 na anope yene wo any esa enkomo. And this is the statement. The statement is addressed to all stakeholders from the National Chief Imam's Office to a year chairman of the Christian Council Ghana and afen so chairman of the Pentecostal Council ene nsorin kuoku ahodo ni nyina no anopai womo ho nkomo ana ye babedi because womo na sa kratai the National Security Coordinator Major General Francis Edu Amanfo etro ye retired e de kokoma womo over the weekend said ye be ya womo betimi secure the church and then the congregation. Now I say enhancing security at various public places of worship in view of the growing threat of terrorism from the sub-region and the Spanish drive of tourist attractions and groups towards the coastal West African states, with a renewed modus operandi of targeting public gatherings, including places of worship, it is imperative that precautionary measures are taken by all stakeholders. It would be recalled in 2013 that Al-Shabaab militant attacked the Westgate Mall in Nairobi, leading to the death of about 60 people, including the late Professor Kofi Awono, a revered Ghanaian poet and author. While the Ministry of National Security is collaborating with the relevant state security and intelligence agencies to institute measures to avert terrorist attacks in the country, your outfit is aired to enhance security, particularly in areas where mass gatherings are conducted. These measures may include, but not limited to, the installation of CCTV cameras at designated places of worship and engaging the services of approved private security guards, amongst others. Although the above directive has become necessary, the Ministry of National Security assures you of our continuous resolve to institute measures aimed at safeguarding the peace and security of the country. Threat, this you must treat as what? Urgent. And it is signed by Ambassador Major General Francis Edu Amanfo, retired National Security Coordinator. And over the weekend, no national security outfits, no, at the cracked away at the buyer, and raising a lot of concerns. And Ubina Adope Mabuboso at the actual. But my uncle, the West African Center for Counter-Extremism, one more they reported by on the threat, or say the threat of violent extremism to coastal states, Ghana's exposure to violent extremism. That is the report last week. One more 80 May at the buyer. Now we'll go into the bit of a year, the report. Now, I say, what is Ghana's state? And then it comes to our security, your border lines, any coastal lines, the very things are echo so ewo. And that report, every year, the West African Center for Counter Extremism, and at this way a buyer. I say Ghana for a very long time has remained a stable country in the midst of increasing extremist violence and political instability in West Africa. But that narrative may no longer remain valid soon if adequate measures are not put in place to tackle the increasing threat from the Sahel. The threat of terrorism is increasingly descending from the Sahel towards coastal states. Toward more than 53% of all ECOWAS states are experiencing insurgencies. The pervasive spill over the phenomenon makes Ghana's border regions a key area of concern. Recent attacks in Benin, Togo, and Ivory Coast highlight the determination of the terrorists to expand beyond landlocked Sahelian countries, where the insurgencies has devastated thousands of lives and property in the last decade. Ghana has a big number of prolonged unresolved chieftaincy and then ethnic conflict and tensions, particularly in the northern regions of the country. The inherently high exploitative capacity of extremists implied that these vulnerabilities put Ghana in a danger of terrorist exploitation. This paper examines the extent of Ghana's exposure to violent extremism, the underpinning factors, as well as the national level effort against the threat. And what kind the first session of this report? The person said within the West African sub-region, there are a lot of issues a border on terrorist attacks, and then even within the Sahel, they say the terrorist groups move gradually to the coastal states. Now coastal states will include Ghana because all the surrounding borders are neighboring countries are there have been 1 or 2 attacks on them by these extremist groups and they know about very important say now the report goes further to base the argument and the research on the facts and they know as much as say Ghana Ghana peaceful there's a lot of chieftaincy conflict ahiniemu nsensem ntokwa ohini wu a ekwan ebefa so a yebesi ohene foforo wuko nkro no bebre so a nkro no ededa ho without a chief wono presiding over, because there are families womono enti omo ase as to who should be enthroned and who not to be enthroned. Enti entokwa apeja no muso ewo yahini hu nsem no eno no ebeye key factor enkrofo no ebetimi utilize it. Now you come to the issue of ethnic conflict, especially in the northern part of the country. And then boko enyo abusuaku wesimi ye akani wesimi ye weni wesimi ye kokumbani wesimi ye mamprusi saa niema na ekoso within the northern part of the country up to now edin tokwan kete epejanu muso ewo the northern part of the country besi anopeya ye di nkomoi yentimi en resolve ye saa de no nso eyade a border on threat no nso womo betimi utilize in initiating any form of attack womo bepese womo betimi aye, particularly tensions are the northern region. Now let's go to the next page. Now share their report eka or say in September 2021 33 suspected terrorists in Savlugu area in the northern Ghana were arrested. And it's simple and Tietia. In 2021, I feel September, and Crawford Yasami and Sa. Na womu susu se womu djumedi a womu di no ye ne nkrofo boni ahye obotiri ma no ye edi aseni de keka ho e wo Savlugu e wo northern region no police for per intelligence womu timi ye adwuma eche womu in the northern part of the country. The Ghanaian National Security operatives believe that some of the arrested suspects may have direct links to extremist groups in Mali and Burkina Faso. The government issued a memo in June 2021 warning over a possible bandits attacks in some towns in the north of the country. Earlier in August 2020, the authorities were alerted over high-level reconnaissance activities by ISIS intending to launch attacks on the country. And it is very clear per this report what the series of events. Now September 2021 one more catcher say nipa duasamiensa ana aban any police for etimeche womo suspecting them of say womo djumedi a womo di ni the way a womo ne ye etie no ya kwakose enkrofo a womo nya boni a womo ebedi. Now coming down to a year August 2020, June 2021. Now there was a general memo buying extra year, especially to the security agencies. Say San Crawford Biasami and say Ayache Womono, Wamujumedi and Wamudi Tracy to a year groups year, Wamo Boni Wamuchimwa, Wamo Akosi a lot of havoc, Mali, and Afensu Burkina Faso attacks are a course no. For that reason, there was a serious attack. Kananka Wamo plan say Wamo me attacking from the northern part of the country and some of the towns within the northern region. Now, what would Tracy San Crawford do media, Wamudia? Naturally, say it was clear, say almost, Omo ye Juma Edema Etiatidom cry from ISIS for which reason I also attack so many of the countries based on their beliefs and their principles. One would operate as terrorist groups. Now, the development compelled government to undertake several security initiatives to secure the country's borders and its internal security. Some of this include state counter-terrorism measures, such as growing joblessness, has driven many onto cyberspace to live on an illicit economy. And then, the issue of unemployment is very important. They say no vulnerable to all these groups, ISIS, Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, and the Now the report is telling us based on the CCC any experience advice buying, government will have to do more in terms of job creation. Said the idle hand now 1 year Jumayeno, and then Jumaya, it will be quite difficult. Say one will be me a convincing Edisika crash and some amon so et me a training. Now the determination of social activists such as #Fix the Country campaigners to exploit the security, economic, and governance challenges amplifies the risk associated with youth grievances. Now it tells you clear one more ABC argument on the facts campaign by #Fix the Country last year Sembebre and no so ekahobi ana a putty Ghana not good in terms of a threat experiences say. The above highlights the widespread nature of the threat to Ghana and underscores the importance and urgency needed to escalate national commitment to preventing the threat from spilling into Ghana. Ghana has undertaken several measures as outlined above, but the country's official response to the threats is contained in the national framework for preventing and countering violent extremism and terrorism, carved out of the National Security Strategy document. And they say, operation national security for models are what we undertaking from a national security strategy map to fighting some of these attacks and threats. So there is a key strategy. I don't know yentimi and found to have based on the national security document. We wouldn't want to go into that for now. The next one. Now, Oba Haseya, a diagram giving you the exposure and experiences of the course so from 2015 up until 2016, 2017. But I'm on first one in the camera. The 2015, 2021. Me 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. The dynamics. Any Myanmar groups, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, anyone more kahuni na efras yes 1 more year. Now between 2015 to 2016, an estimated 10 people. Yes, it was estimated that 10 people from university with a university background joined ISIS, including Abu Bakr Muhammad, aka brother, Shakira Muhammad, and then many others. Now we are told, say, in 2015, Al-Qaeda and ISIS for no ISIS especially, it may recruit Ghana youths. Amomo be joining womo. Now Ghanaian youths are womo joining womo. According to the WASI report, no pay ye the home common tells you clearly, say a person like Abu Bakr Muhammad, do na friend or brother, our joining ISIS no. You be a wakos you but wa ya. Juma na wenye be enye. Shakira Muhammad and so the same thing. And the majority of the people are ISIS. And this are a dom koi, one more engage you or more, one more Ghanaian youth. The majority of them, no, a young crowd, one more in the one more school, and yes, you for which reason, woman so, edutumus because of the woman, a bit to me, and ya a free mom. Now, in August 2015, Nazar noted a KNUST graduate joined ISIS. When he was studying university clear, and Nazar Nate, a Ghana ni Babunua, one no echoes your power Kwame Nkrumah, Siapomo Ewo Kumase. August 2015, ISIS for no 8 recruituno. because when we upon when the frustration of life I need to make a join in. Now coming down to December 2015, these are some of the events, and you might be a SEC Akoso are probably one idea about it. In December 2015, 7 arrested for terrorist training at Janton in the northern region. Until in 2015, so the threat of terrorism, terrorists, presumably, it was found out in 2015, somewhere December. Now, one more Ababeshe Janton in the northern region. Now we training Ghana for mebunu. Nipansu bia we betina wa na we training Ghana for mebunu. Said they be a betimi join ISIS. No, announce say any of the terrorist groups. Now we are told say as at 2015, we betimi arrested Sankrofo na we area training nyina. Now in January 2016, there was a very important issue about my way more ye di home kobopa. It looks as if say anope will refi, but ye kayo obekaya gitmo 2 Guantanamo Bay. Enkofo ye kofa womu nipekuo mienu osemiense bia ye kofa womu free sa America prisons no eno kan ho bi na John Mahama ewo position. The series of backlash awotimi enyaye because of that single act. Say America buy Amagana sika to be able to keep those prisoners na yediomo free Guantanamo Bay prisons in America. And no ekokoye nsem bebre. And no they arrived in Ghana as of June 2016. Majority of Ghanaians felt say gitmo 2 for na womo bano. There was no reason why Anankese say yetimi eje womo ewo omanimu. Now 2015 to 2017. Now the West African Center for Counter-Terrorism, the counter-extremism saves ISIS recruitment, stops him from traveling to Syria a day before or prior to the date. Now, the West African Center for Counter-Extremism for also a year Juma indicating say Abrantia Bakua, one also ye Ghana ni one more money per the report and to mean Fanidi and Tuga. In June 2016, now one of the wako ISIS for training, I'm recruit to Nevia and Canadian. One more no to kwai ako Syria ana nyame adom wasifo no etimi ma wo munsa eka sa brantie no wo ne kasa ye etoto na no cycle na enei sa brantie no entimi anko Syria anko kan ISIS for ne homa wo wendi omujumedie. Now in April 2016 we were told say Nazal not na enei wono ne University graduate wasi we wie kwa Nkrumah suapon wonya aduma nye Entino SSO wako join ISIS no wako join womo no in April 2016 adi nya nti yese ene no ISIS fo dwumadi a womo di o Syria no sa brantie no so na waka ho bia wono nso ehwe ne mpa Ghana ni abrantie. Now coming back to 2017 Wasi went to dissuade a lot of Ghanaian youth from joining the terrorist groups. October 2017, over 50 Ghanaians reported fighting for ISIS in MENA. And this is it. And in 2017, no, it tells you clearly, say Ghana for Maku 50 and a report about yes, one more year. A Juma Ediama ISIS in so many of the countries, especially in MENA. And also now the focus was that the focus of sustained media interest and then attention. Their focus no any say and they wamutie their echoes in the media said they be a wamubeti capture now depending on the weakness on our borders and then how anxious and then eager the youth are in getting a job will be happen huntem enyanitino. These people end up capitalizing on that. Now I feel one to me a recruitee ye mebuno na wamu trainee. Now in 2018, January 2018, 3 young individuals arrested with 7 others at Odoko extremely working on behalf of these terrorist groups, and that is what it is now. 2018, so yet she be based on intelligence and report and also 8 by in 2019 report of incursions and growing threat of attacks on the coastal belts of Ghana and as well the coastal states within the West African sub-region. And it was shared the series of events SCCI. It tells you clearly, sir, according to the West African Center for Counter-Extremism, the threat of the terrorist groups womo activities ni womo nyema womo ye nyina no gradually no ben Ghana. But join you live on Facebook. Here call the next slide. Na yen share the it's exactly 8 o'clock. May I say afei no join here this is Kessben. We are taking a critical look at the air coast, the threat of terrorist attacks within the coastal states, especially within the West African sub-region. Now, afei so in terms of our national security, what we need to know in terms of public education. So the beya ebetimi abuaye mayetimi adaya hoso na uhu any kind of behavior, any changes are ever obimu within your society, you can as well prompt the authorities. One more matter. Now, Yamra, June 2021, security alert over planned attacks in northern Ghana by national security. International security intelligence in June 2021 afia eche mono afei womo call northern part of the country operations to prevent the attackers from entering the borders of Ghana. Ni nyina no timeline of incident SCCC over the past. Now in June 2021 where be a number of people per the narrative were Karaga any other places there were bomb actions also in central Mali. Now we're told some of the people were trooping in from Mali into this particular zone within the Ghanaian territorials. And also ehuko here I said national security ebetimi aye ejuma ewo ho saa niema nyina no ye niema national security for aye without the knowledge of the public. The more reason why I feel say statement they should have rather engaged the key stakeholders. Now in September 2021, arrest of 33 individuals in northern region suspected of having links with extremists in Burkina Faso and then Mali. 2 detained and 33 individuals were told say na womo ewo link with ISIS any groups are and especially womo yes attack no ewo Burkina Faso and afei Mali. As we speak now, still now we are told say some of them are detained in January to February 2022. Escalation of attacks, coup attempt eventually overthrow of President Kabore Alpha Conde and then Abubakar Keita. Ninyinano issues are SCC at the northern part of the country, yani Burkina Faso borders. So we say Mali coup esiho Burkina Faso and so coup so esiho within January to February. Now also within the West African sub-region, especially within the coastal lines of the West African zone, we say major countries are surrounding na in terms of our border and they one more experience some level of attacks. Now, what the ordinary Ghanaian must know, the national security question us. Say ye nyina no ye na ye ho so wo baabi woti wo community ne mu woti wo mpatemu wo se obi aba mpatemu ho no mo onye obi a mo ne nete ho ne niema a oye no ebro so a pacho de obe ne se obetwe police for adwen e de asiso se de be ya sa nipa no a yete sa no police betimi akwakofa no na afi wo mo etimi atoto na no eti these are except of a reporter, the West African Center for Counter-Extremism, there is a lot more details, and no, it's not good for public consumption, and we wouldn't want to put it out. But at least we have given you a fair idea of how the security situation, to a far extent, anyhow, our threats, you can't wasema, kakra, and some of the things we need to do. Now, my question I may be say. Per the letter National Security Coordinator de buy in sorry no and making sure say womo benya private security personnel ma womo timi aboban. But the question will be say training ben and as our private security personnel no womo timi enya. We have seen their operations. We call banks, we call media houses, we call other places private security no and how proactive are they? Now the skills and knowledge acquisition of those private operators, security operators, so counter terrorism, nipa ejina ho, and nasa terrorists be able rubber beer, wɔnyɛ ne ho basa wadress wahyɛ suit obi wɔ hɔ no ma wo ba wo be chadeɛ wɔne mo besere mo begina tum Ghana fo pa hɔko yɛgye ahɔho ɛma ne yɛfɛ enti at the time a nipa no aba sɛ wɔyɛ ɔsoro abɔfo we nipa papa no wabɛtena yɛ mu na wɔba bedi yɛ bɔne no ɛkwan bɛ ne yɛbɛtumi afa so detect ɛho sɛ saa nipa yi wɔyɛ yɛ papa deɛ wɔn kan yɛ ho yɛne na tena na gina tuma yɛne ne te but ne timu ponie enti no ɛsɛ sɛ yɛka ma police fo nso adwen etimi ɛba so ways of detecting those things and the kwan ya yɛbɛtumi afa so a yɛbɛbɔ yɛ ho ban o wa sorry obi aba asɔre deɛ it is open to all nipa ne ba yɛ no ɔsa wato ofati wayɛ bibie bombo ɛhyɛ ne ho a how will you be able to detect the person's behavior observations a wo be making nyinaa no ekwan be na wo betimi afa so a wo be hu se no nipa ya de ya wo ye die eyade a esese betimi twe asori mpanyimfo ananso se police mu mpanyimfo na security fo e wo ho no wo madwe etimi eba so based on ade a nipa no etimi eye. Now these are some of the critical questions we would have to answer based on the series of a year revelation, any observation as our report etimi making the key important takeaway so and it's a juma any chromano okay any emebuna wamunya jumanye the frustration a wamu kom ukosu upon wie wamu ko schools ni wie a juma no enne ho wamunya bi nye. Now the question is, what form when you enter here? Yes, it is agreed. If we are seeing now, wouldn't me juma 100%. A bind beyond what bet me a fagana for you now, but the question is that what can we do to mitigate the situation? There are a lot of stopgap measures are you putting in place, but the sustainability of it about a challenge. And the measures of youth employment at the aba, the NAPCO at the aba, the NEYP at the aba. A lot of programs and kebetimi abwa ma emebunu no enya adwuma nkakra bi aye. But the question is that some measures no etimi abwa ama emebunu no enya adwuma aye ana. So one more year adwuma no within the interim manasa the short term, okay? How sustainable is it? For instance, NAPCO, and then you know NAPCO is for 3 years per the models are implemented. How will we be able to do that? And no idea a key focus. Now, in case you didn't know, I'll pay my member based on the Ghana Police Service are taking up a very important measure. Uko universities are who do more students edos wo hopa. IGP Radam Dr. Ekufu and then was say emponko police for edidi omujuma emponko no ho edu system acha ye tell you omo edipie no sam ponko no ene we deploy womo across all our public universities, major public universities, and the police for the temponko no so picture ni be ade there to TV screen ni so say no sa police for ni ponko no be patrol e university campuses ni na, especially in our national capital and then in our regional capitals ye war a year the big universities said there and then you know what betimi ahwe hu say bible wonsem no ebetimi akoye. Now as part of that model the Ghana Police Service initiative is here no so they will be able to engage the students na womo ni omo edidi nkomo said there womo wo campus ana womo wo suaponi na nipa bonifo bi ebe fra omo esan say womo edoso nti based on womo nim dia womo ebenya no womo betimi detect such situations na womo betimi report for quick measures to be taken. And these are some of the pictures said no SRC over the weekend. The Ghana Police Service using their horses patrol team no after air kosu apo ahodo ni nyinaamu ko ko boban emantete said there be adisuafo bebre no ebetimi ada womo so about this particular development eba. And those are some of the pictures you show at the mount. That is the initiative the Ghana Police Service and so etimi atiki, and I presume say as part of the university securities no and then you know womo betimi complement the effort of the private security personnel womo so ewo your university campuses ni. And these are essence of what you need to know this morning. Said ye be ye nyina no ye betimi adaya, especially on the weekend I be kwa sorry obekọ more obekọ aye obekọ birthday party baby gatherings weddings say no eno ne major target any terrorist bia ne one man oye interested say obeba baby a sebe obeba beku nipa ba ko pedi agine din dabi. They would want to kill in multitudes, in a large quantity of numbers. Na afei womwatimi e de ade omodin, just as the situation a esi here Kenya in Nairobi some time ago. Professor Kofi Awondon so efa so estre name kwa enti twen na yentwa ye ho tiawa emra ye koba kwabena ebebe na afi na African pause gan so etimi abem na ye ne wo edi nkomo. Stay with us.